So you're doing the work of the white writers.
You understand me?
But you're not
so when
paid.
I'm ad-libbing on the show to save this shit, you understand me? You sending me doo-doo, mother. What the
I mean, do you feel that Hollywood is still racist?
No. Hell, mother, yeah, they racist. Is you crazy?
Now, that's why they raiding the house, because they got friends in Homeland Security and the feds. And they said, get in there and get them tapes from this trying to blackmail us.
So tell me about your birthday party. Am I invited?
Yes. Yes, you're definitely invited. I invite you to all my parties. You just haven't seemed to show up.
For decades, Ellen DeGeneres sold the world a fantasy. She was the smiling face of daytime television, the woman who danced into living rooms every afternoon preaching a simple mantra, be kind. But as the Diddy investigation continues to unravel the darkest corners of Hollywood, that fantasy is crumbling. And according to comedian Eddie Griffin, what Ellen DeGeneres was doing to Black celebrities behind the scenes wasn't kindness at all. It was something far more predatory. Now, before Diddy's arrest, a lot of Black celebrities were already hinting that something sinister was going on behind the scenes. Years before the federal raids cracked his case wide open, names like Cat Williams and Jaguar Wright were sounding the alarm. They were trying to give the world a peek into what really goes down at a Diddy party. The controlled environments, the exploitation, the silence bought with fame and money. But long before any of that became mainstream conversation, Eddie Griffin was already talking, and looking back now, his words hit very differently.
Now, I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times. 4 times. Just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about. Right. Because P. Diddy be wanting to party. And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no.
You fucking right, I go to Diddy parties, which is where people like me step in. So walk mother out! Cause ain't nobody stopping me when I come.
At the time, there was a wave of lawsuits surrounding Diddy, allegations of violence, intimidation, and cover-ups that seemed to follow him everywhere he went. Eddie Griffin, never one to shy away from controversy, famously joked about it on stage. He stood in front of packed crowds and delivered a punchline that had everyone laughing. Diddy did it. At the time, it was nothing but a harmless joke, a comedian poking fun at a mogul who seemed untouchable. But today, with Diddy behind bars and his entire empire under federal investigation, that joke doesn't feel so funny anymore. It feels like a warning.
Oh, Diddy's in trouble.
Fast forward to the day Diddy was arrested and his infamous white parties were blown wide open for the world to see. Eddie Griffin wasted no time going on air to break down what was really happening. And according to Eddie, the raid on Diddy's properties wasn't coincidental. It wasn't random. It was a well-orchestrated plan, and the FBI was allegedly in on it from the start. Now, why would the FBI move so deliberately? Eddie Griffin laid it out in plain terms. The tapes. For years, Diddy reportedly kept a vault of recordings hidden in his mansions, footage that captured some of the most powerful people in Hollywood in compromising positions. According to Eddie, these weren't just party videos, they were insurance policies. Diddy was allegedly using these tapes to blackmail high-ranking socialites, celebrities, and industry executives. And when the feds finally moved in, those tapes got sealed almost immediately. Why? Because if they ever saw the light of day, they would destroy Hollywood as we know it.
Hundreds of bottles of baby oil, 16 cases of Astroglide, bullets, even semi-automatic firearms were all found in Combs' homes during those raids last year.
But Eddie Griffin didn't stop there. He started connecting the dots to one of the most powerful figures in the music industry, Clive Davis. Now, for those who don't know, Clive Davis is a legend. He's shaped the careers of everyone from Whitney Houston to Alicia Keys, and he's been a fixture in the entertainment world for decades. But Eddie Griffin's implication raised serious questions about just how deep the connections ran between Diddy and the old guard of the music business. If Diddy was running a blackmail operation, who was protecting him and who was benefiting from his silence?
Clive Davis, yeah, that's the monster. And the head of Universal Music Group, What's this mother name? See, he's put Diddy up, and they sacrificing Diddy. They said, nigga, you gotta take this shit. We can't be involved. But Diddy smart. He filmed every fucking session, so he was fucking live and the motherfucking freak boy that run Universal Music Group. So he got them on some fucking tapes. Now that's why they raiding the house, because they got friends in Homeland Security and the feds, and they said get in there and get them tapes from this nigga. He trying to blackmail us. That's what I believe is going on, because you know Homeland Security, they came in there with tanks down there, military 25 deep, 30 deep for one dancer.
Mind you, that's not the only powerful white figure that Eddie Griffin has linked to Diddy. After Diddy was jailed in 2024, Eddie took to his own YouTube channel and made a chilling prediction. He stated that Diddy wouldn't survive past the end of September. He compared him directly to Jeffrey Epstein, speculating that there was a $100 million hit on him in prison. His reasoning was simple. If Diddy flipped, the people on those tapes would be exposed, and powerful people don't let that happen. Now, while Eddie Griffin doesn't have a personal history with Epstein, he has talked about the Epstein case frequently on his show as a commentator and conspiracy adjacent topic. His episodes have covered Epstein's emails involving major celebrities, alleged meetings that make no sense, and the recurring theme that the elite protect their own. This isn't a one-off rant for Eddie, it's a pattern of analysis. And when you apply that lens to Diddy, the picture becomes terrifying.
Epstein's still alive. Look him up. He's right there on the island with Gillespine, with the, you know.
This brings us back to Ellen DeGeneres. For years, Ellen and Diddy had a highly publicized, almost performative friendship. He was one of the most frequent guests on her show. They laughed together, danced together, and presented themselves as close friends. But according to Street Talk and the word of whistleblowers like Jaguar Wright, Ellen wasn't just a bystander to Diddy's atrocious acts. She was an alleged co-conspirator, someone who facilitated and created an environment where he could continue his predatory behavior without consequence. Jaguar Wright has been particularly vocal about Diddy's behavior toward Justin Bieber. She has stated that Diddy was acting predatory toward the young star, but didn't have access to him until Usher came along and brought Bieber into the fold.
Diddy had been trying to get to Bieber for a minute, and his management was backing him off. But it wasn't until Usher took over management and had guardianship and gave temporary guardianship to the for 48 hours.
Yes. Is Usher a close friend of yours? Yes. Is Usher a confidant? I guess, yes. Has Usher given you career advice? Is this an interview or a deposition?
And when you look at the timeline, the 48 hours with Diddy video, the jokes about legal guardianship, the controlled environments, it becomes clear that Bieber was being groomed in plain sight.
Justin, you ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, like you know, where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. You know, I have been given custody of him. You know, he signed to Usher.
I'm signed to Usher.
I had legal guardianship of Usher when you know he did his first album. I did Usher's first album. I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So and we gonna go full. Buck full crazy.
I'm going crazy.
What's up, man? You good?
I'm good. How are you?
All right, young brother, everything's good?
Everything's
Selling
great.
out arenas and everything? Starting to act different, huh? You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you try to get in contact with me, you know, through all my, partners and whatnot. Mm-hmm. But you never really got my number, so.
Right, okay.
My number?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you my number.
Yeah.
It's 55.
Back then, adults in the room smiled as they watched this unfold. Nobody said or did anything. And Ellen, with her constant flirtation and inappropriate comments about Bieber on national television, was part of that normalization.
Would that be the youngest if you went out with him? Are you a cougar? Do you consider yourself a cougar?
Well, I'd like to, but, you know, I haven't had the opportunity except when I have a job. And when I have a job, then what happens is that they, you know, they have to kiss me sometimes. We've discussed this many times. Right. But when I don't have a job, nobody... Uh-oh, did you see... No! Oh, my God, no!
It was hard for me being that young and being in the industry and not knowing where to turn, and everyone, you know, telling me they love me and, you know, just turn their back on you in a second.
This is where Orlando Brown enters the conversation. Orlando, a former child star, has also been vocal about suffering at the hands of Diddy and the Hollywood machine. His public struggles, his erratic behavior, and his desperate pleas for help all point to a man broken by an industry that chews up young talent and spits them out. When you layer Eddie Griffin's revelations with Jaguar rights accusations and Orlando Brown's testimony, a pattern emerges.
Yo, Diddy, you gave me the oosh-gosh goose-wash. You gave me the oosh-gosh muaf, the smoosh-mash. Diddy. Yeah, son. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You gave me the oosh-gosh muash. I love it, yo.
The question now is, what did Ellen DeGeneres know? And more importantly, what did she do? Eddie Griffin's warnings were laughed off for years. But as the Diddy case unfolds, the punchlines are turning into prophecies. The tapes are real. The blackmail was real. And the network of enablers who looked the other way or actively participated is being exposed one name at a time. Now the spotlight is on Ellen DeGeneres. Her daytime image is shattered. Her legacy is in question. And if Eddie Griffin is right, she might be one of the names on those sealed tapes, waiting for the moment the FBI decides to press play. What do you think happened behind the scenes of The Ellen Show? Was she a victim of proximity, or was she a facilitator of something much darker? Drop your take in the comments below. Let's get this conversation going, because this story is far from over. And if you thought this was wild, click the next video to dive even deeper, because things get even more interesting.